Hi, everyone. My name is Sherry Sharman. We're so excited to have you on our Saturday presentation, and we are going to get started here in just a second. But before I do, I'll give you a little background about myself. I've been in this industry almost 4 decades, which is really hard to believe, and it's been an industry that literally changed my life. Prior to that, I was a Montessori preschool teacher. Loved being a teacher. I just could not afford to do it as a single mom. And so I was introduced to this industry similar to what a friend did, called you up and said, join us on something and take a look at what I'm doing. And it changed my life. And that is why I want to introduce to you a gentleman who actually was one of my students back in the 90s, the late 90s and mid 90s. And he was 20 in his early 20s. And he came in, learned how to do this industry in a phenomenal way, and has become not only a mentor and a teacher, but an amazing coach. And just, I love the way he teaches. I love the way he inspires people to be better. And I just am so excited. He's a top income earner in our industry. He's basically been to the top of every company he's ever been in. This one is his home, and I get a chance to introduce to you my business partner and dearest friend, Muzaffar Najvi.
Hey everybody, happy Saturday and thank you, Sherry. Oh, wow, it's some very nice words, and I really appreciate it. And for those of y'all that are new, I just want to start off by saying welcome. It's kind of a wild, surreal feeling. As she said, I had a chance to learn really how to grow in this profession, and I didn't know it was going to become a profession, but what I did know was anything that I was starting that was new. Like in my life, I've had coaches and I didn't know how to build a business. I didn't know how to create a type of income in this profession. And I had a chance to meet Sherry in my very first company. And I always, I was listening, Sherry, when you talked about being a Montessori preschool teacher, and then as I thought, and you said he was one of my students, I thought, what if I would have been one of your students in preschool? And, and then I was like, wow, that would have been even crazier. But I feel like that's what it was for me. I feel like you had already created a ton of success. The company, ladies and gentlemen, that I first saw in 1995, that company was listed number one on Inc. 500's fastest growing privately held companies in America. Sherry was a co-founder and the number one income earner there. And for me, and there's a few people on this Zoom that were part of that company. And for me, I did look at her like my teacher, like my professor in this space. And so, Sherry, thank you for the help, the guidance, a lot of the teachings, and it really has changed like my life and my family's life. And so today we're going to get a chance to show you a company called Viago that somebody told you about, right? Like a friend or family member. And same thing happened probably to a lot of us. Like for me, 30 years ago, my goodness, 30 years ago, 1995, I injured my knee having, a really good opportunity to get to university playing football, American football, because we have international people here. And I tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament in my right knee. And I didn't know what I was going to do. My goal was to go professional and, be able to make enough money to retire my mom. And it didn't happen. And so when I got a chance to see this profession, it was because my friend picked me up and he said, hey, we're going to a meeting. And it was that type of conversation. And he picked me up and I wasn't going to jump out of his car in the middle of the highway. So I ended up at a meeting on a Sunday and saw this profession and fell in love. And he basically broke it down and kept it so simple. And he said, I needed to get trained. And so I went to Las Vegas for my very first training event, which was a convention. And there were 13,000 people there. And when they introduced the co-founder and number one income earner, it was this lady, Sherry Sharman. And I remember sitting next to my brother going, someday I'm going to work with her. And I was pointing, and because we were sitting 13,000 people back, and dreams do come true. It happened. Not only did I get a chance to meet her and learned from her, and today we're working together, which is incredible. And I know that somebody introduced somebody who introduced you to today. And we're going to get a chance to go over this company, which it's created a lot of buzz. Like if you're really thinking about, there are multiple countries on here. And right now we're open in 40 countries and growing. And how did it all happen? Like we just pre-launched last July, and our launch event was in October in Las Vegas, and we officially opened software doors in December. Like it's been amazing how fast things have come. And so I'll tell you, right? Like for me, it's been that whole growing up story of, if you want to become successful, go to school. And I had the opportunity to get to university, as I told you, playing sports. And when I got injured, I graduated with 3 degrees, and I looked for a job and couldn't find a good job, and saw something like this. But in all fairness, the company that I saw that Sherry was a part of, not only was it amazing, but 30 years ago, it was a different time. So the best comparison I can give, without trying, like, there's no intention of being disrespectful, Sherry, in any way, but it's like what we're about to show you today and what I saw 30 years ago. What I saw 30 years ago was like the cassette tape version of what you're about to see now. And if you're on this phone and you're saying, what is a cassette tape? That's a different conversation. Then you just told me your age, I told you my age, and we're either way, we're going to have fun. All I can tell you is it's somebody once said, well, does that mean like you saw the horse and buggy version of a car today? And I'm like, no, it's not like that. But I get the analogy. So let's talk about Viago. Viago was started by a handful of partners. One, my business partner, Isaac, who is our CEO. And, his background is he opened one of the largest skincare companies. He opened 900 stores. Like he created a brand, a luxury skincare brand, and his partner was L'Oreal, and they opened 900 stores in 40 countries, and they did 3 billion in revenue. And I had the opportunity to come be his vice president of field development for his direct sales side of his business, and we became friends and business partners. And then we met with a gentleman named Eddie Head, where Eddie and some of his business partners, one of them I just saw joined this Zoom right now, and I didn't know he was going to be on, which is always awesome. But they created the largest travel club in the world. And just in 2016, they did 994 million, and they became number one. And so we all came together. And after they did millions of members and billions in revenue, and what Isaac had done and what we had all done together, and we said, if we could do it over again, what would we do? And we made this list, and people were like, what about this? What about this? And we just added it to the list. And we started working on the list. And I'll never forget, I called a friend of mine that worked with Nike for 7 years and with Michael Jordan for 3 years. And I said, listen, you have to see this. I need your help. And I pitched him Viago. And he said, oh my God, this is brilliant. And he came and consulted for us and opened up some doors. And next thing you know, somebody else opened up some doors, and one after the other, Viago was born. And I'm so excited to share this with you because I believe we have the best lifestyle and travel membership on the planet. And so I'm excited to cover it because it's already creating a buzz. And if you haven't heard of it yet, think about that. Like the timing. Have you ever wanted to be a part of something when it's early? Have you ever wanted to, like, did you ever think of what if you were friends with Mark Zuckerberg in college and got a chance to be a part of Facebook early, or a part of Instagram early, or a part of WhatsApp early? WhatsApp has gone through 8 different generations of advancement, of enhancement, right? And so this is version 1 of Viago, Club Viago. And I'm excited to share it with you. We're going to start with travel. Travel is one of those categories, ladies and gentlemen, that everybody wants to do more of. I was watching the $100,000 pyramid on TV, where they describe something to a celebrity partner, and you have a chance to win $100,000. And when they asked the lady, and there was another contestant, like, what will you do with the money? They talked about travel. When I asked people if time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? Travel. When you say to people, look back at last year, what was one of your fondest memories? It was a trip. The one thing that I know is that people talk about they wish they could go back, they wish they could see more. And it's something that people don't do because of time and money. So let's solve those issues together, right? So with Viago, we give you access to unlimited wholesale travel. So when you get your username and your password, like you design your own password, but when you do that, like just like Netflix, like when you get your username and password, you get access into their portal. Here you get access in, and the first thing is there's a website for travel, and it'll save you money on like hotels, car rentals, flights, all of these things. Now flights, they're FAA regulated, right? So a lot of the websites around have similar pricing. So I know maybe you've heard of Priceline or Expedia or booking.com or any of these things. And I want you to understand that a lot of these companies, they get wholesale travel and then they mark it up and they sell that to you, like the marked up price. It's still better than retail, but it's not wholesale. We, on the other hand, don't sell travel. We don't do that. We actually give you access to unlimited wholesale. So let me show that to you and what it looks like. If we start with hotels, I'm actually headed to Las Vegas this weekend because my daughter has a volleyball tournament, and we used Club Viago and saved a ton of money. Now, there's so many different hotels. Caesar's Palace is one example, but here's the savings. It's 33%. This is Miami, Florida. The savings is 37%. Glacier National Park, 34%. New York, the Millennium Hotel in Times Square is $700 a night a lot of times. With us, it's $315. In like we picked a certain date, and we play around a lot on this site. This right here is Venice, Italy. Look at the difference, 54% savings. I went to Puerto Vallarta, 70% savings. I went to Colombia, South America. There was the Grand Hyatt, and instead of paying $279, I paid $139. 3 weeks ago, I was in LA. Instead of paying $274 for the Hilton LAX airport, I paid $150 after taxes. Like, it's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Just saving on travel wherever you want to go. I got a rental car. It was $29 for a day, right? Like anywhere that you want to go to save money, this right here will impact a lot of lives in itself. So this is number one, right? Our booking engine. That's the first part of the membership that you get. Part number two, ladies and gentlemen, which is exciting. Part number two is our VIP escapes. And our VIP escapes is really, really something that has created this massive buzz. And this buzz is something that everyone is going, I've heard about your VIP trips, Muzaffar, your VIP trips. What's the escape? What's the escape? What's the next escape? And we just launched new ones, and we just had some that finished. And so I want to give you an example. This one's coming up in May. This is a 4-diamond property in Mexico. I've been here twice. Absolutely loved it. And there's round trip airport transfers included in this trip. That means from the airport to the resort back to the airport, a welcome reception. It's all inclusive. Choice of a sunset cruise or snorkeling. Listen, everyone chose the sunset cruise. It was beautiful. A foam pool party, a host, like somebody's waiting for you to welcome you. And this trip is normally $1,700, not including flights. With us, because you're a member, it's $850. One of my best friends played professional football for the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. And when he saw just this, like just some of the examples. He was like, Muzaffar, I have a timeshare. He goes, I spent a lot of money to buy the timeshare, and this saves me more money. Like, this is incredible. And just one trip will save you the cost of this membership. Just one vacation. This gets even better. Like, and people go, how does it get better than 50% off? We have a rewards program. Everybody has some sort of rewards today. The airlines has a rewards, restaurants have a reward, gas stations, grocery stores. Everybody's doing some sort of reward so they can create loyalty. With us, we have a rewards program that's the best I've seen because it's dollar per point. So 1 point equals $1 for you. So when you earn rewards, you can use them to bring the cost of this trip down. And this is where people go, how do I earn rewards? And I go, well, the minute you become a part of our community, we give you 600 points. What does that mean? The minute you sign up and become a Club Viago membership, like you have our membership, that's being a part of our community. So the minute you get your membership, like imagine if Netflix said the minute you get the membership, we're going to give you rewards to the movie theaters. Like, it's not going to happen. We give you rewards that you can use 600 points immediately. 1 point equals $1. And when you use it, you can use it right now in 2 areas. Our goal in the future is to open more areas, but right now you can use it in 2 areas. The first are these reward escapes. And this trip, instead of being $850, it's now $700. So you used 150 points, which was $150. And look at the cost of the trip. This is Vietnam. After you use some of your points, 100 points is $100. The trip is down to $475. This is Dubai. This trip just ended, but I like keeping it up because we're actually doing a new Dubai trip we're putting together. But have you ever heard that a picture is worth 1,000 words? And I'm going to show you something. Like, Sherry went there, and it's actually her birthday month, but technically it's her birthday tomorrow. So if y'all get a chance, wish her a happy birthday. But I'm going to show you. She said, Muzaffar, I'm going to Dubai with my husband, and we're going to go enjoy life. And so I want to share this with you. So this was her in Dubai. Look, this is her. And then she went to the training that was there because Isaac was there. But this is one of the most beautiful hotels in the world. It's a 7-star hotel. Incredible. This is the largest building in the world. That's amazing, called Burj Khalifa. This is Jay. He almost looks like he's a local Dubai guy, just so y'all know. I was like, who is that? And I was like, wait a minute, that's my buddy Jay. And that's Alex, Sherry's husband. Look at that, like, just absolutely beautiful. That's Jesse McPherson, who's in the Philippines right now. So they had an amazing time. Beautiful picture, Sherry. Like, that to me is crazy that she is turning 72. Some of y'all might get upset going, you should not be saying her age. She says it. She says it. So I'm not saying it on my own. And this is not her daughter. This is actually one of our leaders' wives. They just look like mother-daughter. Like, it's incredible. But we just have an amazing community. Look at this. This was everybody out there just having a beautiful time. This was Viago. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. People from Africa were there. Like, several countries were there. This is Nisa from Africa, and they were having an amazing time. So again, we can sit and show pictures of trip after trip after trip. Like, I see Shar on here. I kid you not. Like, if Shar opened up her phone, it would be insane because she would go, Muzaffar, this was my trip to Bali. This was my trip to here. Like, just crazy. So let's finish just so we continue. We had 2 Dubai trips, by the way, because the first one sold out. And there's so many bullet points. What's a bullet point? It's things included in the trip that you would normally have to go do on your own. You would normally have to set up airport transfer, set up this, set up that. The setup is something that's time consuming and headaches in itself, let alone like the cost of it. Sherry was at Muzaffar. I've been to Dubai before. I couldn't believe, like, I got there, everything was taken care of. Like, they had everything set. They were like, hey, we're all going here. Just meet at the lobby. They met at the lobby, and bam, they went on this. The next day, they went on this. Everything was taken care of. We have South Africa, Costa Rica, Spain, Italy, Greece. Greece is coming, by the way. Greece is coming the third weekend of June, a new Greece trip. And I can't even tell you because I'm part of the preparation right now. And the things that are being prepared for Greece are beautiful. If you ever wanted to go on just an amazing trip, and we're going to end up having an event for our company for all of Europe and Africa at the end of the trip. Like, it's going to be magical. I'm just telling you, it gets better and better. Now, there's also from the reward escapes, there's Escape Your Way. Sherry and I met with an incredible lady yesterday for 2 hours, and we had just a phenomenal conversation. And she was like, listen, I have clients and I do trips for my clients. Can you guys do that for me? And we said, yes, ma'am. She goes, what about this? I want to do a special trip for my family. Here, can you guys do that for me? Yes, ma'am. She goes, what about this? I want to, and it was just one after the other. And it was so awesome to be able to go, yes, we can. Yes, we can do that too. Yes, and that's the beauty of where Viago is headed. And the next category in the membership is our telemed. Telemedicine is such a convenience to be able to have access to a licensed doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Priceless, like priceless. Some people go, well, I have that with my insurance. Great. Have you used it? Like when there's a time of need, people go, I don't know where to go or what to do, or they're looking for their insurance card, they're looking for their 800 number. For me, it was so simple. I have it with my insurance, but I use Club Viagos because it's so simple for me to come to my phone or my computer, log in, and I book an appointment, and they call me. They call me instantly. Like the last time I used it was in December for my daughter that had 102.5-degree temp. I brought her home from school because it was right before Christmas break, and she was shaking, shivering. My wife was like, we got to go to urgent care. And I said, let her sleep. Let me get a hold of telemed. And they called me in 2 minutes, and the doc said, she's okay. He said, I know exactly what she needs. I know what she has. And he sent the prescription to the pharmacy. While my daughter was sleeping, I went to the pharmacy, picked up the meds, and I was home. The peace of mind that you get with this is priceless. Listen, I pray that nobody gets ill or sick in your family. But isn't it nice to know that you have access to something? Because so many people just don't have access. And then for people that are independent and they don't get their insurance through their employer, you can get insurance through our partner. Our partner is a major insurance company. They're their own underwriter, and they're saving people 20 to 60%. So I have so many people that have gotten their health insurance through us, and they're like, Muzaffar, the money we saved just on health insurance is worth this membership alone. But then you get to daily deals, which now you have access to 1 million more retailers. 1 million. Like, I don't think you'll have enough time to go through every person you can, like every company you can save money from. Like, people go, what about this? What about this? I'm like, go search it, click around, go in the search tab, and I promise you'll find something. Like, it's 1 million. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's 10 hundreds of thousands. I'm just saying, that's 1 million. Like, that's a lot. And I'll give you some examples from movie theaters to Six Flags to, like, I went to SeaWorld. And the ticket at the ticket, like at the gate, like, you know, when you're in line and you get to the front, the ticket was 109. Like, I was looking at the sign going, $109 to get into SeaWorld. And so I went on our membership, and it was 59. It's like, if you have pets, it's so funny. Like, I met a young lady last week at our training in Chicago, and she was at Muzaffar with all the things. She goes, I saved on my car insurance. I saved on my health insurance. I saved on food for my pets. I saved on this. She goes, do you know in 3 months that I've been a member, I've saved $5,000? I said, yeah, that's about right, because it's a minimum of 4,000 for the year. a minimum. If you go play on here, you will save money. My grandma used to say that a penny saved is a penny earned. And so it's not only stores and retail, but it's also events. Like I have people that have gone to an NBA game that save 60%, F1 Formula racing, comedy shows, Cirque du Soleil. Like there's so many events. It's fantastic. And the last is our shopping area. And people sometimes go, Mazafar, I'm into health and wellness. So are we. We have a nutrition line that's organic, vegan, non-GMO, no sugar, no dairy, and we have new nutrition that's coming. We have a skincare line that's being, was one of the top in the world. And you have those owners that are recreating a new skincare right now. This shopping area is going to be filled in the next 12 months with some high-end brands and products. I mean, there's so much being worked on behind the scenes. As I told you, this is phase one. Remember WhatsApp? WhatsApp started with texting. Then they added video calling in phase two. Then they added encryption in phase three. Then they added group calling in phase four. Then they added, do you understand? Now they're in phase 8. And it's one of the most highly used apps in the world. Us, this is phase 1. Where do you think we're going to be at phase 8? And this membership, the cost of it is so simple. It's $450 for the setup, for one time. But you know what you get for setting up your membership? 600 Viago points. The return, the ROI, if you want to call it, the bang for the buck, whatever you want to use. 1 point equals $1. And everyone goes, wait. I start with $450 for the membership, and you're giving me 600 points that I can use plus the membership? Yes. And then every month, when you pay $99 to maintain your membership, we give you 100 points every month. And everyone that I show that to, right there, they go, oh, Mazafar, that's too good to be true. And I go, I know. And that's the best compliment I receive every time I share this. Now, this is my favorite part, loyalty. Loyalty, like in Spanish, they say lealtad. I learned that word, lealtad. Loyalty. Do you understand that you're loyal to so many companies and so many subscriptions, but they don't reward you for being loyal? What does Netflix give you for being loyal? What does your cell phone company give you? What does your insurance company give you? What does, you're loyal to so many things, but they don't reward you for it. Here, we reward you for it. Not only do you get 100 points every month, but for 12 months of consistency, we will give you a choice between a vacation or an extra 1,000 points. And right now, I know you got to be going, wait. I'm hoping you're mathing the math. I hope you are, because 600 points plus 1,200, right? 100 every month for 12 months. That's 1,800 plus an extra 1,000. That's 2,800 points. But wait, there's more, right? I love saying that. I mean, for one, it's time to live life amplified. It's not we weren't brought into this world to exist. And so many people are existing. They hate going to work on Mondays. Wednesday is hump day. Friday, it's like people just got out of jail. And then they repeat it. And they can only see until next Friday. The average employee gets 15 days of vacation and they only use 6. And the reason is they can't afford it. The reason is they don't know how to set it up. There's so many reasons why. So we want to help people earn a second income. I ask people all the time, if you got a flat tire, what would you do? And most people go, well, I have a spare. Congratulations. A lot of people go, Mazafar, I'd call AAA, or I'd call someone to come help me because I don't have a spare tire. What does that have to do with this? How many of you have a spare tire in your financial vehicle? You're working somewhere today. If God forbid there was a flat in your income, whether a drop, whether a cutback, whether a let go, whether whatever it is, because everybody on this Zoom has residual bills. Most people just don't have residual income. The bills come no matter what. So let's help you with a spare tire, a second income, a business. We're going to create the number one lifestyle membership in the world with members. Netflix has 278 million members. We were number one. Our partners, like I see Jeff was on here, like our partners that they created a travel club. They were number one before. Imagine now with all these other areas. And we have some of the best leaders in the world that are helping to lead this community. So how do you become our business partner where we can earn a second income together? Well, it's a $49 registration to become an ambassador. And then every year to maintain your ambassador business, it's $99. With that, you get an ambassador business system, all the software and commission engine and everything to track your business. Some of y'all may not have been here at the beginning of the Zoom, but look at the chat. There are multiple countries that are on here. We're in 40. And you can build a membership base in all 40. People go, Muzaffar, what exactly do you do? I go, well, a real estate broker sells houses. So they find customers and they recruit real estate agents to sell houses. An insurance broker sells insurance to customers, clients, and they recruit insurance agents. We sell memberships to people, and all we're doing is sharing this information. So you don't even have to be a salesperson. You don't have to be a presenter. We have these live presentations. We have video presentations. We have everything in place for you to be like the PowerPoint you're watching right now. You can download that. We'll teach you how to present this. We'll help you sign up members inside the United States, outside the United States, inside of your country, outside of your country. And you can build a sales team, just like a real estate broker, just like an insurance agent, where you have a team and you're earning an override. So I'm going to show you, there's 5 ways that we earn an income. I'm only going to show you 2 tonight, today, just to keep it simple. The first is personal referrals, people that you personally refer, mom, dad, uncle, auntie, brother, cousin, sister, niece, nephew, neighbor, grandma, grandpa. Like that's just a start. Everybody should have Club Viago. Everybody should. And you're earning $100 per referral. And I thought about that. I was like, oh my gosh. So I made a list. Who do I know that breathes? Because if they breathe, they need Club Viago. If they have a hard time breathing, we got Telemed. They need Club Viago. I'm just saying, like everybody needs Club Viago. This membership is a need. Like people are losing money. Like it will cost you more money not to have this membership. So I'm showing everyone. So when you get 6, obviously that's $600. But the best part of that is now your membership starting next month is free. So let me be ultra conservative. What if you found 1 member a month? Right now it's March. What if you introduced 1 member in Sherry's birthday month? 1. And then in April, you got another one. In May, in June, in July, in August. Hey, August is my birthday month. I'm claiming the month now. So Sherry's starting a trend. So six months. So starting September, your membership is now free. And as long as those members stay a member, an active member, your membership will be free every single month. There are people on this Zoom that since day 1, their membership has been free. And my motto is if it's free, it's me. And then you'll introduce other people that will want their membership for free. And now you're going to start to create a residual income. Now watch. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So why not build a team? So when you start to introduce people, and they introduce people, so let's say you introduce Sherry. Happy birthday, Sherry. Let's say you introduce Sherry. Sherry introduced Cheryl. Cheryl introduced Jay. Jay introduced Christina. Christina introduced Soda. You now have 5 people. Guess what? You do that 1 more time, and you have 2 teams. And all you did was introduce 2 people. And they introduced, like, that's how it went. And you're now earning a $50 a month residual guaranteed as long as everybody is active with the $99 membership. Guaranteed, that's a strong word. But when it gets to grow to 1010, how does it grow? When I introduced Sherry, She right away got her 6. She introduced Kathy, who got her 6. Rika, who's gotten her 6. Ricky, who's gotten his 9. Stevie, who's gotten his 6. Like, I think Stevie did more than that. But the point is that everyone we're introducing is getting their 6. And now you've got 10 left and 10 right. And you're earning 200 a month, even though you didn't bring everybody. And when it grows to 25 left, 25 right, you're earning 500 a month every month. 50, 50, 1,000, 100, 100, 2,000. I always think of my buddy in Africa, Martin. Africa, the average person working a full-time job makes $400 a month. Martin got started in November, finished 10-10. December, 25-25. January, 50-50. February, 100-100. And he's now earning a $2,000 a month residual. And if everybody stays on the membership, his 2,000's coming in every month. But right now, he's trying to finish 250. $5,000 a month in Africa is life-changing. But look at these numbers, 10,000, 20,000, 36,000. Some of these numbers are life-changing in the United States. Which one do you want? Everybody goes, Muzaffar, I want the 85,000 a month. Of course. Okay. Which one do you need? Which one do you need? Like today, like this, in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. But the beautiful thing is that I tell people, just because you join, you're not going to get rich. Just like when you join a gym, you're not going to get muscles given to you. It takes work. And we have a training program starting with Inner Circle, which to me is such a brilliant program. And it's free for the first month. Everybody needs to get this training. You can listen to information while you're driving, while you're at home, while you're working out. Like you have access to everything. And this platform is beautiful. Like right now, what you're going to see is our before platform, but the new platform we're releasing is absolutely gorgeous. And then we have major trainings like the one that's happening in Atlanta that I really believe everybody should be at. So before we get started, I want you to hear from a couple people that have had some results. And I want you to know that for me, it's exciting whenever I get a chance to share people's stories and because there's so many different folks that are on here. And I'll start with my dear friend, Shar. Shar, if you could share your story, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be fantastic.
Good morning, Muzaffar. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Rock and roll. Good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm so excited and grateful that you gave yourself permission to say yes to be here, because that's the first step at winning at life, in my opinion. We have to give ourselves permission to say yes. And for me, that started many, many decades ago while I was still practicing emergency medicine in the military, now retired, 18 years coming up this summer. Holy Hannah buckets. And training for the Olympics back in those days. My childhood best friend was looking from the outside, and she was working on a project in this industry and was thinking of me long term. I was focused on the near term, and I'm just so grateful that she didn't judge my book by the outside cover, because what she didn't know was also I had recently in that time been diagnosed with life-threatening cancer, and I had no idea what that was going to look like. I knew that I wanted a family. I was newly married back then, and the only option was going to be adoption. So she was thinking of my future before I could even see my future. And because of that experience and relationship, I actually was able to say yes when I met somebody who's now a business partner with me here. And that has changed my entire life. When I got the phone call like, hey, we got to talk, I knew that my friend was serious, was up to something, and had found something for us, because in our friendship community, that's what we do. We help each other. We lift each other. We're like, hey, come with us. We're going to work on something. So here in Viago, it's absolutely the best. I love the fact that I've gotten to partner and know Muzaffar, who's introduced me to my long lost soul sister, Sherry. I'm so very excited. And the membership is everything he shared and more. I use it daily like I drink water. I mean, it goes with me everywhere I go because it gives us access to life. And what's more important to me is that I have something here I can help other people understand, just like we're doing today, to bless their life, knowing that the quality is going to be better. And at the end of the day, because I've died twice in my health journey and come back to tell the story. I can just tell you that your dream, whatever has been in your heart and your soul, is worth whatever it takes. In this vehicle, we have everything you could ever want and more. I can't wait to meet you, hopefully on the beaches of the world very soon. But until then, let's go, Viago. Thanks, Musafir. Back to you.
Love it. Congratulations. And you met your life partner, like your
Yes.
love of your life on a trip, and so many great things have happened. Like there's so much that happens. You know, I know that Steve Monroe and his family just met Sherry in the Bay. Steve, I'd love if you could share your story. I know you were just in the Bay with Sherry and your family was there, but if you could share what's happened since you've gotten started, it'd be great. Oh, you're muted, bud. Can't hear you. Almost. I can see you. Well, I'll tell you this, no problem. Steve is someone that just so you know, he's a golf pro, and he teaches and trains people how to golf, become better golfers. And he said, Muzaffar, a lot of us travel around, and you know, they started using the membership, and he started introducing others, and him and his mom had a chance to go to Dubai, and oh, is that Steve's mom, Joyce? Steve's mom. Hi, Steve's mom. They Sherry was like, Muzaffar, I've been seeing them on Zoom, and now I meet them, and you know, he was like, Muzaffar, I started introducing others that are in the golf world, and you know, they fall in love with the membership, and he started building a team. And because he was like, listen, if I teach people how to golf, I make money. If I don't teach them how to golf, I don't make money. And you know, to be able to build a membership base and create a residual income, it's absolutely incredible. And Steve, man, congratulations for you and your mom for being on an amazing trip. I promise everyone you'll get a chance to hear what happened. Steve, we'll do it maybe Monday or Wednesday when the audio is working. But thank you, man. And he helps a lot with the team. Incredible. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about how to get started and just keep it really simple for tonight. I keep saying tonight. You know why? Because I'm used to doing a Monday and Wednesday night call. So things become a habit, but it's today. But so let's talk today on getting started. The membership is simple. It's the 450 plus the 49. And sometimes I have people go, well, I'm going to wait till my next paycheck to get started. And I go, you've got to think of this like a business. If you were to open a restaurant, you wouldn't collect $500,000 in savings money to open. Like most people would go to a bank loan to use somebody else's money, start a business, take the profits, pay the bank back. Like I was never taught that stuff until I met Sherry, and she goes, Muzaffar, why are you using your own money? And I was like, I didn't know I could use other people's money. Like, isn't that stealing? She goes, no, Muzaffar, like other people's money, like banks and things of that sort. And so when you look at it, I always tell people, when I joined, I used a credit card. Even though I had money sitting in the bank, I used a credit card. And then what I did is I signed up 17 people my first day. I took the money from my commissions, paid back the credit card. I got points on my credit card, and I didn't use anything of my own money to start a business. And so like people go, well, I don't have a credit card. And I tell them, I go, listen, this is not like a plug. Like I don't know the owners of Chime. I just know that I had friends that used Chime, and they were like, Muzaffar, I got $500. I had a friend of mine that got $1,200 in 2 minutes from Chime. And they got the access to the card before they even got the card and could use it. Anyways, find a way to get started. And then what we're going to do is we're going to help you build a team. Right now, your friend introduced you to this, and your friend is going, hey, you've got to see this. Like I see my good friend that I met through Rika and Sherry. Her name is Jennifer Murphy. And I know Jennifer introduced somebody the other day, and that person decided to get started. And then when Jennifer introduced somebody else, they went on that person's team. Now, when you get started, the position is yours. It's yours, unless you choose to wait. Using Jennifer in the same example, she introduced somebody else that has decided to wait. That's her friend. And that's okay, because then Jennifer introduced somebody else that took that position. And then when her friend decides to get started, they will go underneath. Listen, the longer you wait, the further you fall. Why wait? You're going to miss out on so many people that could go on your team. This team is growing daily. The question is, are you a A, B, or C? An A is someone that was like me. A, I'm ready to get started. That's exactly what I said. A, I'm ready to get started. Now, you can do it however you want. But get started. Stop waiting. And B is someone that wants to be a customer, and congratulations, we love our customers. And C is someone that wants to wait and see. I can't make you join, but what I can tell you is why wait? The reason why most people don't start is because they're fearful or scared because of something they tried before, or someone they know that has tried something before. And I tell people, stop pushing your pain forward. And don't compare yourself to other people's failures. The only way you're going to learn from your past is by doing something new, because fear is temporary, but regret is permanent. Don't regret this one, not this one. And I always think of Sherry that's turning 72 tomorrow, that invested in a business right before I showed her Viago. And I'm sitting there going, and most people would have prejudged. Here's a lady that's made millions. She's retired. She just invested $1.5 million in another business. She's taking care of her mom. She's married. She's got kids, grandkids. She's got life. She's got busyness. She's got everything. And they wouldn't have talked to her. And God, that would have been the biggest mistake of my life if I didn't call her. So I'm grateful for my wife for pushing me to call you, Sherry. And I'm thankful that you said yes, but I always ask you why. Why Viago? Why now? Why did you say yes with all the things that you have going on? I'd love to turn it over to you to help wrap this up.
Well, thank you. And thanks everybody for all the birthday messages. And I appreciate that. And I'm so excited because most people dread their birthdays. I look forward to them because to me, that's a gift. Every single day that we're still above ground is a gift. And when Muzaffar asked me, and stellar job on the presentation, Muzaffar, I love your presentations because every time I learn something new and I get to see all the new people with their excitement and making little messages in the chat, and I just am very grateful to you. But why I said yes is honestly, it's the community. You made sure that I got to Las Vegas with my husband, and we sat there in the front row watching you on stage, getting a chance to meet Isaac, the CEO and founder, and Eddie, who is the president of the company. And I synergistically, I just fell in love with the community. It was just the whole package that I've always dreamt about in my career of finding the right people. And it was so great because I'm going to say something and do a shout out to Steve Monroe, who couldn't speak because, and which is hard for him. I can guarantee you, he loves to speak. His mom knows. And I got an opportunity to meet his mom in Dubai. And Joyce, I hope you don't mind. I changed and put your name on the little chat because I want everybody to know that you're Steve's mom, because we just connected. And here we are. We never would have met without Viago. There were 400 of us. It was my first escape and in Dubai. And it was like a family reunion because it's just most of us. I see Rochelle on the call. I want to do a shout out to her, and it's like a lot of people on here we never would have met in our lifetime. But through these Zooms that we do 3 times a week, we've gotten to become friends. And then seeing each other in Dubai, it was just like everybody was running to each other, hugging each other from all walks of life. And at this stage of my life, when I really look at where I am, Alex and I want to travel. Why wouldn't you want to travel with people you like and care about and have fun? One thing that Viago did was it was the most amazing trip. There were more parties, welcome parties, yacht parties, farewell parties. Everything was parties. Every single night we were doing something special in a different part of the town of Dubai. Just having that opportunity to do it with people and trust. Because when you're in a foreign country, it's a little scary sometimes. And we were completely protected. Everything was fun. And we'll talk more about that during the training segment. I want to just invite all of you that are on here to stick around, because I know you have life going on Saturday, but just in a few minutes, you can learn how simple it is to build this business and have residual income. That was something for me that I fell in love with. So when this call is all over, please get with the person who invited you out. I see a lot of guests. I know Jennifer has a new person on this call right now. I just sent a message to and said hi to. You know, it's just like, it's so wonderful, because this is how you build the business. You invite them to a call like this. They say yes or no. I like when people say yes. I like the A, you know, getting started, but you know, it's all in timing. I hope it's your time. I hope it's something that you want to do in 2025, is learn how to have residual income. You don't have a lot of time. Guess what? We do the presentations. We show you how to do it. And Muzaffar is going to teach you some simple, fast start steps on how to build a very successful business, because he's done it. And if he's done it, we can do it. So with that, I'm going to turn the call back to you, Muzaffar. Thank you.